Last week with Dr. Brandon Beebout from the Hilltop Pet Clinic, we talked about pet insurance. So we're going to ask him today, Doc, what is pet insurance?
So pet insurance is a great question and a great thing to have if you view your pet as a valuable. That's what we insure, right? So our wedding rings, our lives, our vision, our dental, our automobiles, things that carry a great value to us. And you know, as we've kind of come through time, you know, the value of our animals, you know, back in the day, we think agriculture, that those animals have value, you know, and so we can insure those type of things. And as we've come through time, obviously our dogs and cats are an extended member of our family, and most people have no idea that pet insurance exists, and it's something that I think all pet owners should have, but at least all pet owners should have an awareness of and be able to go through that fine print and be able to say, you know, is this right for me? And so pet insurance works similarly to a lot of things. You're going to have a premium, you're going to have a deductible, and then they are going to cover. Typically, you can choose that with some companies, but typically 90% of anything on top of that. When we also talk about insurance, we say, okay, well, what is covered? Well, that is the key, is getting them insured as soon as you can, because we hear the word pre-existing conditions, the bane of any insurance buyer or company's existence, you know, and so that is why it's so important. On that first new pet exam, we offer that insurance. We send a certificate to be activated within 24 hours. They skip that waiting period. Actually, they get 30 days of free insurance. Gives them a month to say, hey, let me do my due diligence, let me look into this and see if this is right for me. I will say, older pets with pre-existing conditions, higher premiums, just like us. Okay. You know, potentially higher deductibles, potentially less things that they're going to cover, and so it starts to lose the making sense portion as we go through life. And so, as obviously a veterinarian that deals lots of times with unexpected emergencies, anything orthopedic, when you start putting hardware in places, that titanium and those type of things are expensive. And so I have lots of those conversations about this, and I have never run into a case where, you know what, insurance never really worked for me. I'm sure they're out there, and that's an unlucky slim percentage of that. And so you know, this is one of the things that I think is the best thing you can do for your pet, or as a parent who has a kid that's, you know, maybe in college or mid-20s. Maybe that's a gift that you give. At least point them, hey, I'm gonna take care of this, you know, initial 12 months of the premium, and this is gonna get you started because of how much you love this pet.
Well, how do you find pet insurance companies?
So there are a myriad of pet insurance companies. It is a new big industry. We use a company called Trupanion. Not exclusively, we accept all pet insurance, and there's a lot of good pet insurance out there. And just like when you're insuring your automobile or your home, you're going to look at a few different pet insurances. You're going to look at what they cover. You're going to get a quote, get that premium, and you're going to choose the best price with the best coverage, and you're going to go with that.
Wow. Do they cover any pet? I mean, is there one that, like iguana, or they cover exotics as well?
And that's something that you need to ask that pet insurance company. It's usually in there. They have lots of FAQs that you can kind of roll through, but yes, they definitely do. You know, what they don't cover, again, pre-existing, and then, you know, really, really young animals under 8 weeks before you're even adopting them, and then, you know, dogs that are over 14 and things like that. So kids that aren't necessarily good candidates for insurance anyway. But I'll tell you, if your kid is in the first half of their life and they don't have a whole heck of a lot of pre-existing, it is definitely something to look into.
Wonderful information. Good to know. I learned something today. So thank you, Dr. Brandon.
It can save lives.
Wonderful. All right, stay with us next week for more Pet Doc from the Hilltop Pet Clinic.